Welcome back to day 4, or day 6 in the real world of Don't Starve. So things are going to start to get a little bit more interesting for us now as we've progressed past the beginning part of the game. We have our science machine finally built. We have our first permanent campfire built and a basic garden. So our goals right now are to try and find some supplies so we can make the bee boxes. And I would like to get an advanced farm built. If we get closer to a science machine, you have to be standing next to it to see some of the other options. We want to build this improved farm. So we need some wood, we need some poop, we need some stone, and we need some grasses. So we know our poop is just south of us here, but we don't have any stone, and that's really kind of our immediate problem. We need to find the area in the map where the stone is prevalent, and that's become an issue. It's been an issue for us pretty much the whole game. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and walk down through here and see what we can find. So, got plenty of time. It is just morning. So we're going to begin our walk. Now we'll walk through here. We'll collect some poop as we go. We're going to need that for everything. And we're going to start to focus on transferring some of our wealth closer to camp. And we'll talk about that in future videos here. So we're going to be doing that quite a bit. We're going to be digging stuff up and moving it around. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to collect grass, I'm going to collect poop, and I'm going to collect stone. I'm basically going to try and get... I'll always get up our way for seeds, though, because we need those big time. Remember to check, to take a look at the butts on your beasties here, your beefalo, because we don't want to go anywhere near them if they have red butts, because then we'll die. Because they're in mating season, that would be a bad time to be wandering around inside of this field. So I'm just going to kind of work my way over to the parts of the map we haven't seen, hoping that we're going to wander into some stony patches here. And they've got water. So that's a dead end. So we can walk all the way down around through this way. Well, one way is just as good as another, and I think maybe we'll try and get down in here. We'll try that direction, see what happens. So as we go, I'm just going to going to collect grasses, stones, manure as we go. Our ultimate goal here is to save up enough money for winter. Money. We're going to have to save up enough supplies for winter. That means we're going to need plenty of grass. We're going to need plenty of other things. We are also very hungry, just noticed. Totally blowing off the eating part of the game. Somewhat important. Kind of keep going here. I haven't really found a negative to waiting too long to eat. Anytime we can eat a bit and bring it back up. But obviously the cooked food does better than the uncooked food. So I'm hoping that we just make it till dinner time and set up a fire and call it good. Now things are going to start to get a little bit more challenging for us here. Yeah, so we've got no stone at all. I haven't had too many maps where I've started and I haven't been able to find any stone. Obviously we got lucky and found a couple, enough to build that fire pit and set up a bit of a base, get our science machine built, but we are really hurting for stone. And we hit the water again. Ah, a stone. Yes. So switch to our pickaxe and go to town. Now obviously this was not in a normal place, so there's not going to be a whole lot of them together, and that does not... Well, we didn't unlock our advanced garden yet, so we can't even see what we need, but we knew we needed some stone, we knew we needed some... Wow, look at this! Stone in the middle of the grassy field. Well, hey, you know what? I'll take it. Odd place for it, but that's okay. Damn it. Another pickaxe. What's the problem there? Okay. Now notice we pick up some other things too along with the flint and the stone. And we'll get to talking about that at another point, but that's for making dynamite. And we are going to need dynamite for a while, so I'm not really going to delve into that anytime soon here. Now I'm noticing I don't think we have enough, we do not have enough logs to make a fire. So I think I'm going to actually chop a few now just to kind of make sure that I've got some with me. I never want to be in a situation where I can't make a campfire or at least a torch, but a torch only buys you a brief amount of time. And since we are kind of far from home, and I like where I am on the side of the map, figuring out if we can find more stone, I'm not really going to worry about turning around and going all the way back home right now. Okay. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and make my campfire now, and I'm going to get to cooking here because we're starving. So one of those, add an extra log, and cook up some berries. We have plenty of food. We just have to cook it and eat it. Now, I've been playing with the idea of these berries are fairly stale, but if I cook them, I get a product that's less stale, although it's not 100% fresh. So if you use stale ingredients to cook, you can't necessarily produce a 100% fresh item, which of course makes sense. But people were thinking, hey, maybe I could just shortcut the process, wait till my raw ingredient is, you know, barely edible, and then cook it to save it. That doesn't really work. Okay, and we're back to 100%. So we have 12 seeds. That's enough for 12 gardens. Now we can use seeds to trap birds as well. We can use... Ooh, need to get some fuel on that puppy. We can use seeds to plant our gardens to trap birds, and I'm sure there are other uses for it as well. But again, a lot of those recipes and things like that I don't really want to share. You know, part of this game is discovery. Obviously, if I need it, I'm going to make it, and then you'll be able to see those things. But the fun part of this is, I think, crafting the different things that go together. Now, this is kind of a wasted evening for me. I could be chopping down trees or picking grass or cooking other things or doing something. So I'm just hovering near my fire and waiting till morning. I try and make every day productive, but in this case I just wanted to make sure I got some food in me before I starved to death. And we are back to 100% health, or I'm sorry, 100% hunger. And now we're going to go back and continue our little trek. I'm going to chop down a couple more trees here because I am low, and I found some trees. Ooh, is that what I think that is? Give me a second. Ooh, the eye bone. Okay, so the eye bone... I'll show you the eye bone in a second. With the eye bone, we get this, Chester. And Chester's like a chest that follows you around. Now, Chester can die, so we're not going to do anything outrageous with Chester, but pick a bunch of... But you can use him as a traveling additional backpack, effectively. Since we're not planning on going through any battles at the moment, we'll just have him follow us around. I just discovered the eye bone, I don't know, a week or two ago, and I thought it was pretty funny. I wouldn't call him cute, but hey, he's our only friend right now. I find grasses to be one of the requirements really later in the game, because sanity starts to become a problem. As you get into the middle of winter, your sanity starts to slip. Now, we've been wearing our fancy headdress this whole time, so our sanity's pretty much been at its top end. But it will start to fail after a while, and there's a couple ways to get around that. The easiest one is you sleep in a straw mat, and you can make the straw mat at night. That is what you'll sleep in, but making the straw mat requires a lot of grass, and that's when we run into that problem. Okay, so here is a wormhole. So the wormhole will drop us somewhere in the map. We have no idea where. I think these are a good risk to take, especially because I don't know where the stone is at the moment. So we're going to see where it drops us out. Okay, take a look. Oh, see, not too far from our home. So that's kind of handy. Now I am back into picking up food again. For a while there I was kind of ignoring the food, the carrots especially, and these are, I believe, some of the... no, I guess we haven't been up in this area before, so say these are some of the carrots that maybe we left the first time and we decided to walk around. Okay. Now there is one other little thing here with this suspicious piece of dirt. Now if we dig this up, there's going to be a footprint underneath it. And that footprint will lead us to a creature that we can kill for food. And once you unearth that, that creature will spawn somewhere on the map, and then you can go and you can find it. As we are not having a problem with food right now, I'm going to leave that there for another day. I think conservation of the resources that are around you is just as important as picking up every possible thing. Sometimes it's not an advantage to pick up and carry around with you food that is going to just rot in your inventory when you can leave it on the bush and it's fine. The same thing with the grasses and some of these other things that regrow. In those situations, you know, they don't spoil. I'm going to pick them up and I can go back and I can get them later. But carrots and well, especially carrots, because I don't know that a carrot regrows exactly where it grew in the first time. Since we are running kind of low on food, I'm going to go ahead and take the carrots that I can find. Flint is important for making fires, for making almost every tool. So whenever we can find flint, we're going to pick it up. I'm sure it's used for other things as well, but those are the ones that, those are the critical items that we need. Okay. Check our bearings. We still don't have a big patch where we can get stone in a consistent manner. So we'll just continue. Again, I'm working my way around the perimeter. I want to know how big the plot of land I'm on is, and again, if it connects to an area that's stony. Because the map generator is not predictable, I've run into situations where I thought I was on a peninsula and it turned out that it connected to an area by a big stony ridge. So I'm not going to jump to a conclusion and assume that because I can see the coast in this situation that that's always true. Although it's probably a safe bet. I have been proven wrong in the past by that. Chop this down and take a look and see how far we are from our big camp. I'm going to grab these berries first. The gobbler, which I think we talked about before, can appear at any of the berry bushes. It can really eat all your berries very quickly. So if I see a berry bush, I tend to just go ahead and pick them right away, because if I were to look at my map, that damn thing would appear and eat my berries, and I'd be a sad panda about it. So just going to be a little more proactive when I find them. Yeah. This is not more grassland over there. Seeds almost immediately get picked up by birds, so if you see seeds, you need to pick them up right away. It's not something you can wait and pick up in a moment. Like if you're going to chop down a tree and then pick up those seeds in a minute, they would not be there. They will get eaten. Okay, so I think it's time that we start working our way toward home. Which, luckily, is not too far away. And I think my goal is going to be to get a garden built. So we have our rough garden, or our beginner garden done. So we're getting near our science machine. Go to food. Improved farm. Oh, and we need the alchemy engine for that one, don't we? You know, and I'm not really going to build an alchemy engine yet, simply because I don't have the gold, and it's a lot of gold. It's 6. So we're going to go ahead and, I guess, stick with the basic gardens for now. As much as I hate building them, because I know later on I'm going to want to build the advanced ones. Why not? So we got 3 of those done. Remember, we have to put seeds in them to make them work. Eat my stale berries. And while it's still daylight, I'll chop down the trees that are, you know what, close to my camp. Keep an eye on that clock. Oh, my axe is done. I'm just going to go back here and start the fire before I forget and then die in a foolish way. Okay, now I'll go finish chopping down the tree. Those are fireflies, by the way. We will start collecting those in a bit. Well, while we got nighttime here, I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these pine cones I've got laying around. So remember, I don't want to drop them too close to each other because I'll create that walking tree creature problem. These may be even just a bit too close. Okay, so we've got that going for us. Okay, now let's walk over to our science machine and see what else we can make. So, tools, shovels, pitchfork, razor for shaving off our amazing beard. I'll worry about that later. Cut stone. Now, cut stone takes a lot of stone to make a cut stone, and right now rocks are kind of a problem for us to find, so I don't think I'm going to research this at the moment. In fact, I think we should probably call it a video because it has been an entire night. I'm running at 16 minutes here, and I don't want to go too long. But hopefully that was entertaining, and again, I will see you next time. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below, and I'll cover them in the next video. Otherwise, we'll just continue on our merry way next time. Talk to you later.